Hey everyone, and welcome back to Jaraci Cup number 16. This is going to be between Frowg and OrbNet from the group stage. Or Orb Pondering, yes, exactly. And if we just do a quick recap on the standings of the groups so far, we have Kaushmao at 2 points, Frowg at 0, and Orb at 2. So both these players obviously definitely want to win this match, as always, but for OrbNet, I think he's probably the favorite to win the entire group, and so he'll be looking for the undefeated here. And for Frowg, if he wants chances to the upper bracket, he must win pretty much both of these games, I'm pretty sure. Because he's got a hard competitor with Shrike to go up against next. What a green pasture that would be, yes. Very green. For all of you cellulose enjoyers out there. Hey, I'll take whatever I can get. I should reach out to Magpie again as well. Co-casting with him is always such a joy. Yeah, do you remember that one? The chicken cast. JC16 lower bracket finals? Hey, I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that. We'll be in touch, yeah? Pretty much, I'll just co-cast any game that I'm allowed to, because it's a lot of fun. Appreciate the sexy SC skin for Savon, by the way. Credit to Just Carrier for implementing that. Yeah, on the topic of rush that you're talking about in chat there, the problem is that if your opponent, like, what you want to do is use the blast drone on the eco, which damages all of them but doesn't kill them, and then the skimmers finish them off, right? And so you've got to do it, like, immediately, because if you wait at all, your opponent will be able to build up enough defense that you can't stick around there with the skims. And so, you know, because it's not vanilla, your hit isn't happening immediately, it's happening over time. You need to have enough army to be able to stand under his carrier for a little bit. And yeah, the AC skin is done as well. Good old Just Carrier. He's willing to put a lot more work into this stuff than I am. Anyway, it's SC first for OrbNet, nothing special here. Doesn't use the probe again, and he did that in the last game. I think it's a little bit dangerous, but he's gotten away with it so far. And it looks like Frowg did the same. So both players up on their 2 base. This is a CVS Pharmacy matchup, by the way. Oh shoot, you know what? That's what we ought to do. We ought to reach out to CVS and see if they'll sponsor us, you know, so that every time that there's a Coalition versus Saban, we call it like the CVS Pharmacy sponsored matchup. that would be good, wouldn't it? Well, it looks like for OrbNet, no plans to get up onto 3 right now. He's going for carry production instead. He's building some AVs. Yeah, you know, I'll say this is fine against Coalition Saban, but against Galzi and Kanef, I think you'll run into trouble against some really good opponents. It's a turret, by the way. This should work. If you target the turret immediately, you can usually beat it if you have like 3 or 4 LAVs, but in this case, the turret is going to slap down the opposition, and that will be Frowg getting out his first artifact as we move into, I believe, the mid-game here. Well, I would say yes, but I haven't seen any money from you guys yet, so... We did have a few sponsors before, but they preferred to remain anonymous, so I don't think I can say who it was. Yes. I know what comes after that, Cal. I know what comes after that! Armor 1 finishes, by the way. You'll have to see it. Yeah, tell me about it. Morningwood is pinging the DOK roll in my stream chat. What the heck? That's good, that's good. Oh shoot, I still owe No Fun $25. Oh my gosh. That's true, Maze would always sponsor with some gifts. He didn't remain anonymous, that was fine. But no, if you remember, there was one time that a donor anonymated? A donor gave $100 for the upper bracket winner for her to remain anonymous. So. By the way, base runner is still here, so there's thoughts to the turret. Actually, there's 2 base runners here. I don't think this is a great turret spot, though. Yeah. Oh, hey, this guy's still alive. I forgot about him. Actually manages to kill an AV there. Which makes it so that he got his money's worth out of that turret, by the way. But OrbNet just has so many AVs here. This is getting a little bit scary. And Frowg is taking AC, but he's gonna need some immediate defense in more AVs here, because now he's getting attacked on the main as well. I don't think he saw that yet. And it's armor 1 versus 0, so that gives him some advantage in this AV fight. Actually, not sure why he's smoking there. He wins this, so he wants to just take that fight. But yeah, he's up on the main base now, so try and keep our eyes on all of this. It's getting a little bit hectic. If this base runner can set down another turret, like right here, that would be really good, because it covers both bases. That's canon now. By the way, Orb with the giant float here. Looks like he's gonna go fighter and gunship. Not BCs? Come on. And turret gets set down on the second. I think this is still a little bit wrong. You probably want it up here, but remarkably for Frog, he hasn't actually lost any salvagers yet. So I thought that Orb was gonna get a bit more damage done on this push, but he is on 3 base faster than his opponent. He's teching up to something else, so you know he's got some advantages going for himself here. We'll see what ACs can do, though, and I think that one of them is building right now. I think that's an AC. Oh, that's an SC. Well, he's going to want to get those ACs out as fast as he can, because that will totally break the hold on the AVs. AVs really cannot fight ACs unless there's a massive numbers disadvantage there. And on top of that, once he sees the air, he can actually get AA for this as well. Would love to see him fire a probe out as well, so that he can keep... Oh, he's actually got a probe. Yeah, would love to see him fire this out over here, so that he can get eyes on what his opponent is doing. He would catch the fighter and gunship tech right now. But Orb is actually building base runners, which might give some anti-air and stop his opponent from seeing it. SPC... Yeah, you can just go die in a hole, alright? I'm not gonna entertain that on my stream chat, alright? That's good. I noticed that too, actually. I noticed that too. Yes! BC Fab! Woo! Yeah, maybe one day. Maybe one day. Three strike fighters so far. Oh, it looks like he doesn't want to make more. I'm pretty sure it's 5 strike fighters that can kill an SC, but you don't really use it very much these days. It's more in favor of trying to just kill off salvagers instead. There's still a pretty big numbers disadvantage here, though. Frog's gonna recognize the danger. He smokes off his SC here, but he needs to get this turret set up ASAP, and it needs to be not... Oh, no. Keep moving forward. The carrier is good, though. It's good to have the carrier in tow here. This base runner is just gonna die. Uh-oh. Looks like Frog is gonna push out on that side, though, which is good for... Oh, okay, look, he's actually got an AC. Oh, but you gotta be moving... Ah! The SC is so low! Oh, no. And Orb is gonna get the support cruiser. He's also gonna kill off the probe there. And he has air, like, ready to go pretty soon here. Ooh. I don't like this. Although, Frog did push off the AVs from that side, so he's got a bit of pressure taken away from himself. ACs are actually faster, I think, than AVs when you use the overcharge ability, so it's nice to use that and chase them down. But here comes the Air Force. Also, a pretty big float for Orb, so you can build another BC pretty soon, I'm sure. Oh yeah, he needed more fleet capacity. So we'll see that on the queue momentarily, I'm sure. I think they actually cost 350 RU, so he's off by 3, but... And it looks like actually the SC is the target here. ACAA is done. Okay, that's pretty nice. So Orb is gonna lose one of his strike fighters here. Oh dear, and he's focus firing quite poorly as well. And he's floating a lot, so he must just be a little bit flummoxed. He's trying to handle a lot of things at once here. But this air reveal actually was quite underwhelming. He didn't kill the SC or any salvagers, so now he's kind of just docking after having gotten nothing done. Self-smoke could buy some time here, but this is always going to be a push for Frowg. But the BCs are out now. Here comes the first one. And carrier production upgrade is good, because obviously when you're building cruisers as a coalition, you typically float if you don't have the 3 production lines out. I think I say obviously too much. I say that for a lot of things that might not be obvious for newer players, but there it is, now you know. And here comes that first BC. Let's watch it from the other side of the map so that we can hear that awesome shooting noise. Oh. Just way too good. Yeah, whoever did the sound design for this bad boy, he needs to get a medal, alright? This AC doesn't know where he is supposed to be, by the way. This is just death for sure. Oh, and he gave all the veterans to the SC! Oh, plus 20% repair, let's go. Big money, man, big money. Now, OrbNet is pathing his carrier toward his opponent. I think that's a little bit premature. The carrier can actually be killed by ACs, so I think if I were him, I'd move it over here and just plug up the gaps in my defense, but looks like he's going to do that with the BC, so he doesn't know that he's got that gap. Here come the strike fighters, and that's going to give the contact ping for the AC. So he knows this is out here, but again, the AC has got anti-air, so I don't think the strike fighters can take it on their own. Especially if this AC uses his heal ability, then he won't be taking any damage really. But he's strayed a little bit too far, and now the BC is going to kill him. I actually disagree. I think. Well, let's see. When did Orb play? I think it was JC 8 or maybe 9 that he beat the Skara, and that was obviously kind of amazing. And then I think he played again in like 12 or something. Personally, I think he was better back then, but I might be looking to the past with some nostalgia, though. Because it was kind of amazing to see someone 3-0 Descara. But... This SC looks like he's trying to retire. Not sure how they fit a cruiser underneath the carrier like that, but it's pretty impressive. This is the definition of luxury right here. Look, he's got a BC just chilling in the backline to defend the base. Like, you're not supposed to be allowed to do that, but... If you've got infinite money, you can do infinite things, I guess. What can I say? This guy's dancing, what the heck? BC up on the high ground feels kind of horrible to fight against. Looks like he's going to use the strike fighters to kill off this turret. This carrier will actually take a lot of damage. Just because turrets are pretty effective against carriers, you know. Okay, I say that. It looks like he's shooting at the SC, but he's not hitting anything. Something weird was happening there. Anti-air turret post is set up here, but I just don't think it's enough. No, I think players really are improving over time. But I think Orb is just rusty. I mean, he hasn't played in a while. So. Oh, that's Artifact 4, by the way. So we're now on like victory point with the artifacts. This is a lot of BCs. He's got like 5 up here, and again, he's got 1 just chilling back at the base. Yeah, Orb just has infinite money. He can do whatever the heck he wants right now. He's gonna like fill up his pop cap with BCs. That's not supposed to happen. And the carrier gonna make the drive to Valhalla like you do. And there you go, we're just gonna take the first game against Frowg. And already, I think that sort of seals the deal for Frowg that he'll be in lower bracket. But he'd still like to take 1 win against Orb because it might help him to bump up 1 spot. Let's move into game 2, see what happens. And game 2 is going to be on the shallows. Orb is actually starting 2 on RUs. I think he did this last time, but this must be like the SC first build. I don't know. I gotta say, I'm pretty bad at Coalition Saban, so I don't exactly know what the correct build is, but... No, they haven't, but I'm looking forward to that too. In fact, let me look up when the deadline was supposed to be for the group stage, because we might have to extend here. Schedule, there we go. January 30th? Oh boy. Yeah, that's tomorrow. But, you know, we might extend a bit. Because there's some important series that haven't been played yet. I think especially for this group, well, if Kalashmau beat Shrike, I guess. We'll have to see if he did, but... If that's the case, then the outcome of Shrike versus Orb is actually going to be a determiner for who gets into the upper bracket, so that's very important. But yeah, SC first from Orb. He kept the base runner this time, so things are a little different. Typically don't like to see people just kind of waffle it out into the midfield here, because if your opponent has any Strikecraft, he'll just kill this off. And sure enough, here come a couple of LAVs, so I think that this base runner is not long for the world. And the probe from Frog is going to see exactly what's going on here, but Orb does not yet know what his opponent is doing. It's going to be carry production upgrade. So again, I think this is a little difficult to pull off against Coalition Saban, but it will give him control over the midfield for now. But yeah, this base runner should be dead. I would never forgive you. Firing the TJ just to try to buy a bit of time, but, you know, this thing is going to fall. Down it goes. I love the way the wheels separate from the thing and they can kind of bounce around. That's a nice touch. And Frog is actually going to stick in here. He's taking damage from the carrier, of course, but he will get a salvager kill, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he's not focus firing, but he just needs to stick in for a little bit longer. Oh, no, not like this. Not like this. You will kill off the LAV. Okay, come on, you gotta target the right one. No, he's targeting the wrong one. Ah. Oh, this is tragic. Can we get 10 likes? Oh no. And Orb will just power up the ALMs here, and then this thing will just donk the LAV. Or I guess even the SC can do it. Ah, he didn't get any of the cells. You know, when you're playing Coalition and you go for this early attack, this is why I'm often a little afraid for you, because it's difficult to get anything done. just with a couple of LAVs. And it just kind of feels like Orb is ahead, right? Because, you know, he's up on 2 base, he didn't really lose anything. He lost the base runner, I guess, but other than that... yeah, it feels pretty rough. Yeah. But I think, you know, yeah, exactly. I think going for AVs might have been better. I don't know what's happening over here either. Okay, well he does have 2 SCs now, so he can go to up to 3 base, I suppose, but... it's gonna get AV fab now. We do have railguns coming out from Orb already, though. Uh-oh. That's good for the AVs, obviously. But we'll see if Frog is able to defend here. He does have the carrier in position to try to fight off these LAVs. He doesn't have any army to speak of at all, that's why I'm a little worried for him. Mag Excel coming out as well, so OrbNet definitely planning on using these things. But yeah, again, LAV's not really great for sieging these positions down, are they? And I think one of the big differences is, first off, skims are faster, so they can come in to do their damage and get out a little bit quicker. Whereas LAVs are going to spend more time under the carrier getting shot. But the other thing is that they don't re-heal, right? So any damage you take is just going to be permanent. I think these are kind of the reasons why it's difficult to pull off this early aggro in a CVS matchup. But Orb is making something work here. He's killing a logistics module there. Apparently there's actually high ground. Oh yeah, there is. There's a little dip before you get up to this bump. Yeah, he's gonna kill off another logistics module. These guys might be a little stuck here, but they're gonna be able to at least get their value out before they get killed, if they ever do. Yeah, okay, here come the AVs, which are gonna finish them off. This is quite a blob of railguns out here. And because there's only like 2 LAVs left for Frog, I don't think we're just terribly worried about them. And now he's taking AAV fab, probably wants to get the upgrades, but also, you know, a couple of AAVs would be nice here. It's always good to have your railgun shooting at something though, so I don't exactly condone this. Yeah, there we go. And because there's more than 4 of them, Mark Target is also good here, but that's gonna change just now. Yeah, and you know what? Frog actually held this off pretty well. I think Orb just moved up way too close to this line of sight blocker with the railguns. That was a big resources loss swing right there. That was a huge one, actually. I didn't expect it to be that big. Jeez. So yeah, OrbNet gonna build some LAVs to try and not make that same mistake again. He really doesn't want to get these railguns jumped on. You gotta keep them far away, right? So that they can use their range advantage, which is really the only thing the railguns have, I guess, other than damage per shot. Railguns, of course, actually have a lower DPS against unarmored targets than, say, AVs or soul chips, so really the range is their advantage. Use the LAVs for vision. Although right now he's actually trying to make another attack up onto the main, which it looks like is going to work, but I think there's some worry that these LAVs could ignore it and go kill the railguns again, but probably it's not worth it for Frog. He wants to keep his eco alive instead. It's actually the SC taking fire. Would have targeted the salvages first, but that damage is sort of semi-permanent because it's difficult to find the time to go back and heal. Although in this case, Frog actually has an extra SC, so bringing this guy up here would be very good for him. Distraction came out as well. And it looks like now we have Orb going up onto 3 base. His opponent will be trying to do the same, but it's difficult for him. If it comes down to really a fight of like just LAVs, he can kind of keep up, but yeah, you never want to be on 2 base when your opponent's on 3. Although this is pretty nice for Frowg. I was talking about this earlier, but LAV rail is something we see sometimes, but it's a little difficult because if the LAVs have to backpedal, the railguns can't. So in this case where Frowg had the localized advantage, he actually is able to use that to kill off all of the railguns here. I think he should be trying to get out now, but he did sort of already do his damage, so it's fine for him. He just needs to run. Oh, he really wants to leave, though. This is not a good place for him to be stuck in. Ouch. Yeah, he's gonna lose all the LAVs, but still, I mean, that was a good trade overall. You can see they're about even on the CU's loss, but on RU's, it's like 500 deficit for OrbNet, which is huge, but if he's on 3 base and his opponent is on 2, he's kind of okay with that. Probably ought to get this guy mining, but, you know, he'll figure that out eventually, I'm sure. And yeah, we have more LAV upgrades coming out for Frowg. And if I were OrbNet, I would actually kind of say maybe this is a time to stop building LAVs and just go for armor instead. If your opponent has armor, I mean, you're on 3 base, he's on 2, you can outdo him, and if he has LAVs, now the armor is like a hard counter. Plus, he can get the upgrades, and they'll upgrade the railguns as well. That always feels really good. You don't end up spending any money on LAV ups that you end up not using. But yeah, Frowg is really sort of feeding into his opponent right now, and that unit's loss deficit is really going away fast. OrbNet's gonna be happy about this. So yeah, see, he's getting more upgrades for the LAVs, he's transitioning into them here, but I think if you're OrbNet, yeah, you just build more AAVs and you should be fine here. You don't really win this with LAVs of your own, because now you're starting to get to a really big upgrade loss, where your opponent only has damage 2 left to get and you don't have anything. And the railguns are still really attractive targets for your opponent, you know? They're expensive as heck, so if you can keep killing those off, he'll be happy. So I think you really just need more AAVs here. I think the railgun count is already pretty good. He's gonna build more rails, yeah, so that's gonna be his game plan. LEV's making a little bit of a dive here. They're gonna try and kill off as many rails as they can before the carrier starts getting hooned on, as Magpie would say. Oh, but he's not focus firing again. Oh no! Ah, it's tragic. But you know, I guess OrbNet is just starting to get to a point where he has so much more army than his opponent that it's almost not mattering. In fact, right now, Frowg has no army units on the field except for this one singular LAV. Maybe there's an idea to party bus with the assault cruisers, but it's gonna be too late. He'll be dead by that time, so... I mean, I think the game is sort of over anyway, but he really should have been running away here and powering up the armor. Kind of a messy game from both sides, I'd say. But OrbNet is gonna take it, and that'll give him the 2-0 against Frowg. Very nice for him. And we will move on to the next one. That's OrbNet 4-0, Kaushmao 2-2, Frowg 0-4.